Hi everybody in Facebook land. Hello Plantiful people. So glad that you're here tonight on Wednesday night. It's 8 p.m. here in Toronto, Ontario, where we are going live from our kitchen. We come to you live almost every Wednesday. We skipped last Wednesday because I had such a long Facebook live that I had done earlier in the week, actually on the Sunday before, because I was in New York City with I had like 12,000 other people, and I was talking and I had a nice booth there and I was meeting people. So I did a whole bunch of lives that weekend. So we skipped last week, but generally speaking, we've been here every Wednesday. We're playing around with the times because we know that some of you work during the day, some of you are busy with your kids after in the evening. Not every time works for everybody, so we're trying to make it work, doing some in the mornings, some in the afternoons, and some in the evenings. If you're here already, hello, welcome. Adam is on camera today.
Hello, I'm here.
So, woo, Adam's gonna be amazing. He's gonna do the filming. He's gonna interact and talk with us a little bit too. If there's any comments, you can let me know. If you see people showing up, you could definitely let me know so that I know they're there, because I can't see any of you. Normally I have my little iPad out so that I could see all the comments and stuff. But if you are on the replay, hello and welcome as well. Today we're going to be talking about all things smoothies. We're going to be making 2 smoothie recipes, one for the chocoholics and one for the fruity tooty people. And we are going to talk a little bit about maintenance of some of the equipment that we use. We're going to talk about how to make sure that we're getting lots of nutrients into our smoothies once we're already drinking them, especially when they're for our children as well. And it doesn't matter if your children are this big or that big,
or me,
or you, you want to pack as much nutrients in there as possible without overdoing it. Of course, there's no need to get thousands of calories in a smoothie unless it's for a really big particular reason. You just want your smoothie to equal a regular meal or a regular snack. Is there anybody watching? Okay, good. So there's a couple of you watching, but he cannot tell who's there yet. So let me know. I don't know if that's gonna work.
How do I know if it works? Rotate your phone.
You have to keep it the other way.
It's terrible.
Got to keep it the other way. I've tried that many times before. Oh well, we're done. That's fine. So what I wanted to tell you today is, if you don't follow us yet, I want you to click that little follow button down below. Click it right there. Make sure that you follow so that every time we go live, you'll get a notification that we are live. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Shoshana Chaim.
I'm Adam Chaim.
And we are Propelled by Plants.
We are Propelled by Plants.
We are the co-hosts of the Plant Trainers podcast, helping you improve your quality of life through plant-based nutrition and fitness. And one of the ways in which we do that is a podcast. We work with people one-on-one. We run group programs. We speak at conventions and all kinds of veg fests all over North America, and we're here with you on live. And we also love Instagram. We love when you contact us on Instagram, when you PM us, when you comment on our stories, when you comment on our posts. We love it. So thank you so much. We wanted to take this time to thank you so much for interacting with us there and just for being here with us. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be making, like I said, 2 different smoothies, and we're going to be making it in the Vitamix today because I love it and it's the only thing I have. We had, when we first got married, we had like this amazing Cuisinart smoothie maker, or not, blender I should say, and it worked really, really well. But when we went plant-based, we were like, okay, everybody has a Vitamix, we got to get a Vitamix, and we got a Vitamix and we passed it on. Actually, we gifted it to a family member who didn't have a smoothie maker, didn't have a blender. So we gave it to them and felt really good about that. So what do you say? Are we going to start with our chocolate, or are we going to start with our berry?
I would prefer to save the chocolate till the end because that's the way I like to roll.
That's the way
for last, right?
You like it.
Yeah, don't dance.
All right.
Sabrina's here. She says, "Thank you, Shoshana. You're amazing."
Awesome. Thank you, Sabrina. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you're watching. Okay. All right. So we're going to be doing the Fruity Tooty smoothie first. So what I like to do for the most part, especially when the kids are going to be eating a smoothie, is I like to start off with bananas. Bananas are awesome. They've got protein. There's about 1 gram of protein in a banana this big. If you've got a banana a little bit bigger, then there might even be more protein in there. Protein is really important for your cells, right? It's for rebuilding your cells, rebuilding your muscles, getting everything working inside your body. It's good for your brain as well, but it's not the be all and end all. If you don't get all the other nutrients along with your protein, then you're missing out. It's like going to work and leaving money on the table. Sorry, I worked 4 days today, 4 hours today. You only need to pay me for 2. Nobody does that. You don't want to do that with your food either. That's why we want to be eating nutrient-dense food. So we're going to have banana, has potassium also, which means that there's electrolytes in there. It helps with proper body function. So you could use 2 bananas or 1 massive banana for this recipe.
You were just holding 3 bananas, right?
Well, because I was holding like the bunch.
Okay, but you said 2 bananas, but you're holding 3.
Okay, you need 2 bananas. But because this one is humongous, I'm going to use this 1 banana. There's B6 in here and fiber too. Can you see the fiber?
Check out that fiber, people.
Check out the fiber. Full. It helps you stay full. It is proactively going to help your body in so many ways, especially in the poop department.
Your favorite.
My favorite. The B6 is great for nerve function as well. It's something that you need. You need this stuff. Okay, so here we go.
So you didn't cut that up at all. You just kind of threw it in there.
I just kind of threw it in because I have the Vitamix. If I didn't have the Vitamix, if I was still on our older blender, I would have had to cut it up into like 10 little chunks and then put it in. But this is going to be just fine. Okay, let me see. So I'm doing the fruity one, right? Okay, so I got 1 banana in there. So 1 big banana. Now I'm going to do a cup of mango. So I've taken out, I've taken out this mango.
Mangoes.
This mango comes from Costco. When it's frozen right away, it helps to preserve a lot of the nutrients in there.
It locks it in. They flash freeze it.
They do. So I'm going to do 1 cup of mango. We've got vitamin A in there. We've got vitamin C in there. And I always keep a half cup in here a lot of the time. It's got vitamin C in there. So we're already helping our vision. We're already helping our immune system. We're already helping our organs. We're helping to build great, strong bodies. We're going to up our antioxidants. We're going to up our immunity, our immune system by having the mango in there. Good. So tell me what we have in there already.
We got banana, we got mango. Now, did you actually have to measure that, or you just dumped it in, or does it matter?
So it really doesn't matter. The truth is that it really doesn't matter, but some people actually like recipes, right? They like recipes. They like to have something to follow. So in this recipe, we're kind of going to a 2-to-1 kind of ratio. So in terms of 2 cups or a little bit more cups of fruit to everything else that's in there. So there we go. And I just had a half cup, so that's why I went in 2 times. So next is going to be the blueberries. Blueberries, here I come a little bit closer.
What's up, Jess? Welcome. It's okay that you're late. Brenda, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Brenda.
Roxanne's here too. We got a party going, and we got some blueberries hitting
Roxanne, I miss you.
There we go. We got some blueberries hitting the vitamins.
So here we go. A ton of blueberries here. We got antioxidants in there.
Look at those
so
berries.
Those antioxidants are going to help the body to be able to repair itself, really, because it's going to help with inflammation in the body. Inflammation is important in the body. That's the red flag. That's the signaling smoke that says, hey, we got a little bit of an issue going on there. And then we let the body take care of the rest. And, we need good, healthy blood. We need all of our body to be balanced to be able to go and take care of the rest of that body. And the antioxidants are really important. But your body needs to be working well for those antioxidants to work well as well. So we're putting everything together in here. I already measured out a 1/4 cup of chickpeas. Now, right now, you're probably saying, what? A 1/4 cup of chickpeas? So yes, I'm going to put chickpeas in here. I'm not putting protein powder, but I want to up the amount of energy that I'm going to get from the smoothie. I want to up the amount of nutrients. If this is for children, putting the chickpeas in that they might not actually eat on their own, putting it in there is really helpful, and you're really not going to get a lot of that taste. So we're going to put the chickpeas in there. They've got oxygen, so that helps they've got
oxygen,
iron. They've got iron, so that helps carry the oxygen throughout the body. Like I was saying before, to go and fix the fires, to go and put out the fires. Really important for red blood cells as well. So we're gonna put the chickpeas in there. They've got potassium also, so helping the body all those electrolytes and all those good things. And it's got fiber, helping you stay fuller longer and helping you
poop again. Again with the poop.
Poop,
So
poop.
before you go on, just
Yes.
there was a comment here from Sabrina saying, I guess she was talking about the
You want
blueberries.
to follow me to the fridge? Because
She
I
was
need
talking
that
about the
spinach.
blueberries, and she was saying how great blueberries and their B vitamins are for migraines, and she's apologizing because the nurse in her had to speak. That's
Well,
kind of funny,
never
right?
apologize. Never apologize. Love Sabrina because she is an RN, and I want to thank all RNs and all anybody out there, anyone who's a nurse, a doctor, a firefighter, people who are on the front line of emergencies. It's just amazing. And yes, so the B vitamins are really helpful overall for the whole body, for neurological functioning, and for headaches, and for everything. So B vitamins are really important to get in. And that's really what frustrates me a lot with the paleo diets, with the meat paleo diets especially, because they're all, get your meat, get your meat, get your meat, get your protein, get your fat, but we're leaving all of these other nutrients on the table. So yes, I'm getting protein with my chickpeas, but I am also getting the vitamin Bs. I am also getting all of those other fiber, potassium, iron. I'm getting all of those other great things with it. So I'm gonna put in half a cup of spinach. Now I'm not gonna measure. And if I were making this just for me, I would probably put double or even triple the spinach in there. But for those of you who don't always put greens in your smoothies, you wanna start small, especially if it's for children and they're not used to it. Start small, start with 2 or 3 leaves. And I remember being on a coaching call and the mom said to me, well, what's 3 leaves gonna do for my child's health? And my answer was, it's gonna allow you to put in 4 next time, and 5 next time, and 6 next time, because every time she would give them a green smoothie, they just weren't having it. So it's a way to build things up. So you've got vitamin C in there, you've got vitamin A, so you're building strong bones, you're building strong teeth, your eyes, all of your skin, all of these beautiful things are going to be happening because of this amazing spinach. And I buy the organic baby spinach. If anybody's interested at all, if you buy baby spinach, I want you to give me a heart. And if you buy not organic spinach, that's okay. You don't have to. But if you were looking for a place to start with organic, I would start with your greens. Okay, and last we're going for the lemon juice. So I already juiced the lemon, and I'm just throwing in some lemon juice, some vitamin C, and really the biggest reason, even though there's vitamin C in a lot of these other things we put in, they are definitely, the vitamin C is going to help you absorb the iron, which is really important as well, and it gives it a little bit more of a tart taste. Okay, Shane, can you please hand me the water behind you?
Shane, I will grab the water for you.
Thank you.
And bring it over so you could dump it into that beautiful mixture.
So it really depends what kind of texture you're going for, how much water you're going to put in. So you could read it on the side here, or I could read it.
Doesn't even matter, but can we give a rundown of what's in there again?
Yes, okay, we've got, look at how nice that looks. Bananas, mangoes, blueberries, chickpeas, spinach, and lemon juice. Banana, mango, blueberries, chickpea, spinach, and lemon juice.
That is quite a combination right there.
I think we need to screenshot that. That's a really nice thing. Okay. All right. So I put in about 2 cups of water, and we're going to come over here.
Over to our fancy Vitamix.
And while it makes a loud noise, I will dance for you.
Oh.
Okay.
That was cool.
That was cool, right?
Not the dancing, but the way that it mixed up so beautifully. And now if you look at it, I cannot tell that there are chickpeas in there. Although the color's a little dark.
The color's dark, but the color's dark. There's antioxidants in there. It's going to help to allow your blood to clot. It's helping bring oxygen throughout the body. It's helping bring energy throughout the body. It's helping your neurological functioning and your body. And there's energy in here. This is energy in a bottle. Okay, so.
Hey, Christy, what's up? Cheryl, how you doing? Cheryl asked a question here that's actually a good question. She missed the beginning, and she wants to know if the chickpeas you used were fresh, canned, cooked, or raw.
Okay, so number 1, if you missed the beginning, don't worry, you can always go back and watch later. Number 2, you could always sign up for our newsletter because Adam is magical on the computer and he turns this into a YouTube video. So you will get the YouTube video. So if you need the link for that, let me know. Number 2, Cheryl, that I wanted to say is invite your friends, and everybody invite your friends. You can tag them and they'll be called in, or and make sure that you follow. That's the second thing that I wanted to say. The third thing that I wanted to say is that you didn't miss that information at all because I didn't say it. So what I normally do is I normally take chickpeas and I normally take my Instant Pot and I normally make the chickpeas myself in the Instant Pot. Follow me over here.
The Instant Pot that she pointed to is invisible because it wasn't there.
Right, it wasn't there. But what I do is I then freeze the chickpeas in 2 cups. And what I actually did is I just smashed this on the counter about an hour ago, and I took out a 1/4 cup of chickpeas and they defrosted, and that's what I used. But if you need to use canned, absolutely use canned. All right, so this...
Roxanne wants to know if you could use turmeric.
You can absolutely use turmeric, and turmeric would be a great addition, especially if you're nursing any kind of injury, especially if you're prone to headaches, if you just love to relax at the end of the night, you could absolutely add turmeric. I often do a turmeric tea, turmeric tincture, so it's not something that I'm really thinking about putting in here. Also, I kind of have the kids in mind today, but you can add the turmeric 100% to you. If you were starting to put it in for kids and they didn't like the taste, again, just like the spinach, start small and work your way up.
Yeah, and just remember that turmeric is a little bit bitter. It is a great anti-inflammatory, and it does tend to stain things. So if you're working with the powder like Shush just pulled out here, that can stain your fingers, your countertops, and your blenders. So just be mindful of that when you're using it, and you don't need to use a lot of it to get the powerful effects.
You don't. The other day my whole hands were stained because I was peeling little actual pieces of turmeric too. And it looks kind of like a very small ginger. Ah! Okay,
awesome.
Come over to the sink. Awesome.
Sink.
So let me show you what I did this morning. So this is a very similar smoothie to what I had this morning. Oh, and if you're putting turmeric, you might want to put some cracked black pepper because that helps with the absorption as well. All right, let me run the water on this a little bit longer, people. And give me some hearts. Give me some loving.
This is a great trick to get your popsicles out of the popsicle holder without them falling apart. Let's see if it worked.
Okay.
Or did I speak too soon?
Oh, dear.
Super frozen, huh?
They're so frozen, but...
Oh, you just got a bunch of hearts, so it doesn't even matter.
I got a bunch of hearts. So you got to let it really run, depending on the type of... This one is always... I never usually use this one, actually, but they make small, cute little ones. But if you let it run long enough, then the popsicle's going to fall right out. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because sometimes you make a smoothie for someone in the family. Oh, well, it's not coming out. My bad. But see how it's frozen there?
I spoke way too soon.
You spoke way too soon.
Sorry.
Okay, so that was the idea. That was the idea. So I'm not going to use that one anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. This one always comes out nicely. I haven't bought the nice
until it doesn't.
The nice new silicone ones. I have not bought those yet because I have these and I feel like I don't want to be wasteful. But you're not going to fill it all the way. You want to fill it almost to the top because things expand as they get frozen. And you don't want it to overflow. And you have to stick that stick in there too, and you don't want it to
you may have put a little bit too
overflow.
much.
Maybe.
Yeah, Cheryl, no problem. Thanks for the question. It was a really great question.
Yeah, and so is yours, Roxanne, so thank you for that as well.
And Sabrina, you could add dates. I mean, that's going to add a lot of sweetness to it, to a smoothie that's called Tutti Frutti that's already filled with lots of sweetness. But if you're getting ready to go out for some type of workout and you want the extra energy boost, the dates are a great addition.
But if you're not working out, listen people, if you're not working out and this is sweet enough for you, I would stick with this. I would definitely stick with this because you're getting extra calories, and even though they're good calories, they're ones that you're not necessarily going to burn off. And if it's for your children have enough energy as it is, unless they're like very, into basketball based. Hi. How you doing? We have a little visitor. Unless you want to put that in the freezer for me? Awesome, thanks. If they're really into basketball, if they're going straight from basketball to soccer to swimming and all these other things, yeah, you might want to give them that extra energy, but really kids don't need it. And if you're giving them all those dates to get them to eat that smoothie, then we need to look at, okay, do they actually like that smoothie to begin with without the dates? I don't ever put dates in any of my smoothies for myself or for my children unless it's a huge workout day for me. Hold on.
So I love that you're making that at night, and this is something that I would drink in the morning, and that's a great tip because you can make your smoothies at night, put them in the fridge in a beautiful jar like this, and have them ready to go in the morning so that you don't have to spend the time in the morning making it, or you don't have to make all that noise with your blender to wake up the rest of your family. So,
yes,
a really good strategy
during
to use.
Adam's triathlon training, he was very considerate and he would always make his smoothies the night before. Hi.
Some sass from Miss J tonight, says Jess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, definitely some sass. This is for the morning. Do you want to have a sip? Okay, have a sip. How's that?
Look at the camera here and say how yummy that was. Oh, she's licking her lips. I guess it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. So you're going to go brush your teeth again, and somebody's going to come visit you in your bed soon. Good. Go brush your teeth. Thank you. Au revoir. Good night.
Right, so let's fridge
So
that.
this one is going in the fridge, mostly because we've already eaten dinner and because it's nighttime, and that's a lot of energy in there. That's not the type of thing that you want to be eating at night, especially if you've already had dinner. So what I want to do right now, oh, I left some over. Oh well. What I want to do right now with you is I want to show you how I've been cleaning my Vitamix and how it's made such a big difference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rinse it. And really what I was doing is I was like, you know what, I'm using all plant-based stuff. There's no meat, there's no dairy in there. Nothing really major going on. There's no reason for me to wash it every time, and I was just rinsing it. And before I knew it, the whole thing was cloudy. It was so cloudy that I could barely see through the sides. And it's pretty clean right now, considering, we were actually considering buying a new container for a day or two until
For a minute.
For a minute. For a hot minute there, I was considering buying a new one. But then I did the vinegar soak, I did the whole baking soda, everything, and it cleared it up, I'd say 80%. And then the other 20% that it's cleared up since has been just because I'm washing it properly every single time. So as you saw, I bought a new scrub brush, I scrubbed it.
You gotta dance if you're trying that on.
I will dance halfway with warm water and some soap in there as well. And we're gonna do about 10 to 15 seconds. On high. Okay.
That looks cool, but I don't want to drink that.
The kids always say, "What is that, Mom? What is it?"
It's a marshmallow smoothie.
It's soap. It's soap. Okay, so if you liked my dancing, give me some hearts.
Hearts.
If you did not like my dancing, give me some wows. And if you want to embarrass me, invite your friends to come watch this video so they can see me dance some more. All right, so then what I'm just gonna do is I take my sponge and I wipe out the inside, and I'm gonna use it again in a couple of minutes anyway. Stick it on the drying rack, and then this popsicle thing does not like me today. I'm just gonna brush it out one more time, especially in those, I'm not gonna do it too well right now, but just in those little creases. And really, even if I wasn't on video with you right now, I don't really do much more than what I just did. It takes about 30 seconds more than what I was doing before, but it keeps it looking cleaner, which makes me feel better when I'm making my food. I don't feel like I'm getting like all that fogginess. I don't wanna feel like I'm sticking that into the food or anything like that. All of that smog on the side. So there we go.
Drying rack is where it's at.
And I just let it air dry. But
we're going to use it now, right?
We're going for smoothie number 2.
It's Choco time.
It's Choco time. So there we go. A lot of people say to me, I can't get my kids to eat beans, or my husband won't eat any beans or any chickpeas, or he won't eat spinach. These are great ways, or my wife won't eat, I don't know, won't eat anything that's not gourmet bought, whatever it is. These smoothies can really help you get in a lot of nutrients that you might not otherwise get.
Let's get to Choco.
Choco. So for Choco, we're also gonna do 1 to 2 bananas. So
Do you ever use frozen bananas?
I do use frozen bananas. So right now I have a rule. If you turn over here and look at my rule, you could almost see what my rule is. So there were 3 bananas that were perfectly ripe. There's those bananas that are a little bit old, and then there are these bananas that are still a little bit green. My rule is if I go to a grocery store, I buy bananas because we're constantly running out of bananas. Those brown bananas are going to be cut up and they're going to be put into a bag to be able to make banana and ice cream or whatever else I need to make moving forward. Do I ever use frozen bananas? Yes, for banana and ice cream. Occasionally for baking if I don't have enough bananas, but I don't really do a lot of baking that much anymore. And when I'm making my smoothies, I tend not to use frozen bananas because I find it makes it too cold. And I don't like things that are too cold. But if
yeah,
you
but
like
I do.
cold things,
So when I make mine, I like something cold. So I know before we used frozen mangoes and frozen blueberries, so that gave it that coldness.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of using ice to add more water to it, I'd rather use frozen bananas for myself.
Right, so you could totally do that. So for me, it's more of a preference thing, obviously for Adam too. So again, the banana has potassium, which is really great for electrolytes. It's good for proper cell functioning. We have fiber in there, and we have B6 in there again. Good for the brain, good for the nervous system, helps you to convert energy, carry oxygen throughout the body, and all of those good things. And it also helps fight against anemia. So getting those B vitamins are really important. So here I have hemp hearts. So in this chocolate smoothie, there's a few things that I could use. I could use chickpeas, I could use hemp hearts like I'm going to use, or I can use black beans. I mean, there's lots of things that I could use, but I would normally use either black beans or chickpeas or hemp hearts. So I'm gonna put in I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts today so that we get all of those omegas in, even though I'm not really eating it today.
I love the hemp hearts. It gives it a little bit of a nutty flavoring too.
It does. The hemp hearts are amazing. It's got good omegas in it, good for brain function as well. We are really hitting all the spots in these smoothies today. All right, so now I have 1 tablespoon of cocoa or cacao powder, whatever you want, whatever you buy, it's up to you. The main difference between cocoa powder and cacao powder, even though cacao powder is more processed, even though cocoa powder is more processed, it's processed by taking things out. It's not processed by putting junk kind of things in. So it is totally okay for you to use in my book. It's really high in iron, which is really good because that's going to help your red blood cells. That's going to help your anemia. It's going to help carry the oxygen throughout the body. We've got antioxidants in there, and there's calcium in there. So good for your bones, good for your teeth, good for all of those fun things. All right, so far, banana, hemp hearts, and cocoa powder. Next, we're going to do half a cup of spinach again.
Greens in your chocolate smoothie. Who would have thought? Greens in your chocolate
smoothie. And really, if that grosses you out, I'm telling you, start with 3. Right?
But you know what the beautiful thing is? That it gets masked by the coloring anyway, so nobody knows there's anything green in there.
It does, and it's helping to give you more iron. It's got protein in there. It's got calcium in there. It's helping your overall body. You want to try to get in as many greens as possible. And of course, chewing your food really helps because it releases enzymes that helps the digestion process, that helps you to eliminate your food so it doesn't sit in your body and ferment in a bad way. But having smoothies are great too. And if you want to leave them a little bit chunky so that you have to bite down on them from time to time. And really, that's all that's in this smoothie. Did I say I was going to put 1 banana or 2?
You said 1, but let's put another.
I'm going to put another one, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's going to come out more, well, it depends how much liquid you put in, but it's going to come out more like a shake, like a chocolate malted kind of shake, instead of just like a smoothie. So it's going to be a little bit thicker there for you. And then it also depends how much water you put in. So I'm going to try to put in a little bit less water than I did last time, so that it is nice and smooth.
So especially adding the second banana, mine would have been frozen because right now you're going to have a room temperature smoothie unless you're planning on adding something else.
Well, my question to you is, do you want this smoothie for your lunch tomorrow? because if you do, I will put it in a container for you. If you don't, then I will freeze them once again so that tomorrow the kids can get hemp hearts and spinach and all of these good stuff. But I could always remake them.
I think you could freeze them. Go for it. Freeze it.
Okay, so can you pass me the cover?
Popsicle on a hot day is not a bad thing at all.
Not a bad thing at all, at all. So move that dish towel. You're going to find the cover to the Vitamix. There you go. Okay, awesome. We lost a little top. All right, this is why we need 2 people in the kitchen.
Get ready to dance.
Okay. Are there any requests for kinds of dances?
I don't know.
And I want you to tag your friends right now so that they can see me make a fool of myself dancing.
I don't know, but Cheryl's family goes through a ton of bananas too.
Honestly, I bet you do. We went to somebody's house. She was so nice. We met her at the Toronto Food Festival. She came to hear our talks. She invited us to her house for lunch. They're a raw family, more or less raw, and she had like hooks all over her kitchen with bananas hanging everywhere. It was amazing. Her name is Mira. It was amazing. Okay, here we go. So I haven't used any protein powder, and just off the top of my head, I know that I have at least 5 grams of protein in this smoothie. Not that protein is anything to really concentrate on, but you know, a lot of people, when they make smoothies, they make them after they work out and they want to have protein in them, but then they bash them up with sugar, and then we've got to go and burn that sugar anyway. But if we're just eating foods like this all day long, here we have at least 1 gram from the banana, from the other banana, from the hemp hearts, from the spinach. So there's probably about 5 grams of protein in here. So if you look at your whole over the day, you're getting enough protein if you're eating really well throughout the day. And if you're not sure, you could always contact us, and we're always happy to set up a little consultation to make sure that you're getting in all the nutrients that you need throughout the day. But basically, you don't need to add all this other stuff in, unless there's a specific reason, unless you're trying to gain weight for a specific reason, unless you need to build muscle for a particular reason. But you should be able, day-to-day life, you should be able to get everything that you need throughout the day. All right, so do you want to check this out?
Checking it out. Ooh, that looks yummy.
Doesn't it look good? Looks really,
it's
really,
like a chocolate
really
shake. I mean, that's what it looks like.
It's helping our body, it's helping our brain, it's helping our cells, it's helping our blood. Do not overflow.
Don't overflow.
I believe I only have 3 covers for this one, if I'm right.
What do you call this one? Just a chocolate shake, or like a chunky monkey?
I just call this a chocolate shake, but if anybody else wants to name it,
because it's got banana in it, so banana and chocolate, like, they go well together.
So do you want to taste it to tell me if it tastes like banana, or to tell me if you could taste the spinach?
Let me ask you this: is there something that people could use if they don't love bananas?
There's absolutely things that people can use.
Like, what could they put in replacement of those bananas if they're not banana lovers, which blows my mind just thinking about that.
So
but those people
sense.
Do exist.
Right. So let's say in the fruity one, you don't really need banana for that one. So you can use pineapple instead. You can use more mango instead, right? You could use, if you wanted a little bit of extra fat and thickness like that, not fat for fat's sake, but fat for thickness sake, you could use an avocado or half an avocado in there. So there's really no need to throw this whole smoothie idea out the window if you don't love bananas, especially with these 2 recipes. You could replace it with just more frozen fruit. With the chocolate one, there's a lot of good things that you can use. You can definitely put in blueberries in there too. Blueberries don't have a very overpowering taste, and they'll go really well with the chocolate. You could use strawberries instead. You could make it more of a green smoothie that has the chocolate in it as well. So just because you could use the mango as well. Just because you're not using bananas doesn't mean that you can never have a chocolate recipe. You could also use ice instead of water, which will help thicken it up and make it cold too, which you can do too. Do you have any ideas other than banana?
No, that's why I asked you.
Banana? Okay. All right. So,
but what I do like to do to my chocolate smoothies sometimes is spice them up a bit. And I like to add some fresh ginger into it because that gives it a little bit of a kick, but it also makes it a little more anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, the other thing that you could add for a little bit of warmth, and I do this, I actually drink a lot of smoothies in the winter, probably more than I do in the summer. I'm always adding turmeric to it, and I'm always adding cinnamon to my own smoothies, especially throughout the winter, because they help you feel warm, they're high in antioxidants, they help build the immune system, and they're amazing. So whether this is for you as an adult, or you're trying to get a child to open up their palate to eat more, or maybe your children eat everything, which is great already, adding cinnamon is really great. Just a touch of cinnamon really ups the way that your body's going to function. So you can for sure add cinnamon into this one too. One, to keep it simple, but by all means, add in whatever you want. If you're not sure, you can always contact us and ask us, like, hey, do you think this would work in there? And I think 9 times out of 10, we'd probably say, yeah, I think that sounds great. I wouldn't put nutritional yeast in there. There's a couple of things I wouldn't put in there.
Yeah, Roxanne wants to know what you could tell her about moringa powder. Anything there?
Yeah, so that's really high. That's going to heighten your energy levels. So that's something that you'd want to use in the morning. You wouldn't want to use that for a 4 o'clock snack. You really wouldn't want to use that for an evening snack or with your dinner. You're going to want to have that in the morning. It really helps. It's another form of caffeine to help up the body's energy.
The only thing I'd add to that is moringa powder, sometimes it attacks people's stomachs in the wrong way, so don't overdo it the first time you try it, and start with it a little bit slowly. Don't put too much, and see how your body reacts to it. And that's what you should be doing when you try anything for the first time. See how your body feels, and then adjust the amounts or stop using it altogether, depending on how it makes you feel. That's really important.
All right, so
we are filling a baby glass jar.
Got a little bit more.
That's got good thickness to it. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, right? You could always, I wasted a little bit on the last one, which is something that I don't normally do, but I always like to take a little spatula and really
all out.
Get it all out of there.
Oh yeah.
How did I do?
Doing very nicely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. And then we go back over to the sink after, or as soon as possible, even if I don't want to waste the time with you guys here, washing this out one more time. I am going to rinse it because once it starts to get really dry on the sides, it makes it more difficult to wash. It makes it build up, especially in those little crevices. So I'm just going to do that and leave it, and I will take care of business when we are off. So I'm so happy that you have all been here with us today. I'm getting a little note. Oh,
yeah, no problem, Roxanne. Thanks for asking.
Oh, is that what is? Tell me what this is.
Let us know how it goes when you try it.
What kind?
What is that, George?
A berry pie?
Berry pie. Very nice. Nice drawing, kiddo.
I like that.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Maybe that's a hint of what she's looking for coming up, eh?
Or what she wants to turn those blueberries into.
Yeah, we could do a berry pie smoothie. Oh, that sounds fun.
Berry pie smoothie.
All right. Oh.
Berry pie smoothie.
Oh, a little dance for you, people. The ladies in this house like to dance.
We do like to dance. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for being with us here today, watching this live video. Don't be afraid to share it out with anybody. Don't be afraid to press that follow button below to catch me dancing here next week. And I'm really excited and happy that you're here. We're always grateful that anybody watches us, anybody follows us, anybody contacts us to say thanks for what you do, because that helps us fuel the energy and be able to give back even more. So we really do appreciate you all being with us here today. Make sure to go over to Instagram to check out what's happening over there, because there's fun things happening every day. We even have usually Sundays, we have our tip of the week happening. We have a little podcast post happening. What else do we have? We have some kind of recipe or something that we've been eating lately. And I think tonight it is a fruit. So if you're interested to know what fruit we posted on Instagram tonight, then not fruits, just fruit. What kind of fruit?
Big fruit, check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
Brenda from Canada says hi, and Jordan, she says, you've got some moves.
Woo!
Yeah.
Say thank you, Brenda.
Emily, thank you for being here. We appreciate that. And you too, Sabrina. Have a great night. Thank you.
Awesome. Good night, everybody. See you next time. Thanks for being with us.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.